Hello and welcome to Vet the Tech. Today we have a different approach. Instead of making a tutorial, I made a demo just to show you how I came about this tool that I'm sharing with you. First, let's get our use case out of the way. Use case is you work with Microsoft technologies, you have an Office 365 tenant, and you're in charge of either compliance or security or a hybrid of both. Well, Microsoft has a Microsoft Compliance Score preview on Office 365, and you can access it by going to the Compliance tab and then go to Improvement Actions. And you have to clear out any filters that you may have on top so that you can see the full amount of items that pertain to security and compliance. These are 280 items of compliance and security that Microsoft recommends for every tenant to take a look at and consider implementing on their environment. Well, if you click one, you'll see that I'll have some data and then how to implement this, a launch button that could take you to the solution for it, and whether it's in Office 365 itself or it takes you to the Azure portal, and then additionally documentation links. Let's go back, and now we realize here that there is an export button, and what this will do is it'll give you pretty much this table as a whole, but just what you see on that table. Let me make this bigger so we have the improvement action, score impact, a few other tabs that in fact I don't like having because it's repetitive, so I deleted these, and then I'm left with this right here. But I also like this I would use this Excel sheet as a tracker that we can always go back and see if we put any notes on here on how we implemented something. Again, you could do that here. You can come here and this one's automatically monitored, but say this one for example, you can edit the status and say you assign it to someone and it was implemented. You just have a few options here and you save it, but you can't you have to come here and individually look at every single one of them, and so it can get kind of annoying. To me it is. So what I went ahead and did is I used UIPath screen scraping, and I came on this website and I literally pulled this. I used this for every single row. I came under this website, I clicked the individual item, I scraped the how to implement paragraph, I scraped the launch button, and I also scraped the learn more button. So these two links I gave it as well. So if you really think about how you would do this manually, you'll simply come here, copy, and go back to the cell and paste, copy the link and paste, copy the link and paste, because the export option doesn't give you these additional things. You have to go inside these and get them yourself. Well, here's what the final download that I want. I added a few more columns, so the how to implement, the learn more, and the launch now. So after I'm done screen scraping, this is going to have those paragraphs here and those links there. Alright, enough of that. So let me actually show you. Okay, I have UIPath open now, and this is my project that I used to get all this data. So if you really look down, those of you have never used or seen UiPath or any automation tool, basically this is the software, one of the leading softwares on RPA, where you can basically automate human-like actions, such as having to go through 280 items and get data from each individual one, or anything that's repetitive and has a large volume of tasks in the same order, or even if it has logic, it can be logical. This pretty much do it. And so I go all the way down here, and the important thing here is that we're getting a write range, which means we're writing a table at the end, which is called final table, and that will have the data that we're looking for. Okay, so all I gotta do is simply run my file now, because my project is ready to go. So you'll see here, it's opening up the browser into that particular link. I'm already logged in, a single sign-on, so it will not ask me for authentication. It's gonna have some filters, so it's gonna click off the filters so that we get all 280 items. And now it's gonna start opening each individual one from top to bottom, getting the how to implement, the launch, and the learn more link. And this will be going on for about 25 minutes. That's how long it took yesterday, but it was 280 of them, and it was done in 25 minutes. All right, now the recording ended, and if you see here, we have final table. I'm gonna open that up, and you'll see that we have improvement action. We have all the items all the way down to 270. So it missed, well, technically 269, and it missed 11 of them. But I mean, I think that's still pretty good. There were some pages that, as you see here, I made it to where if they didn't have a link, I put no link provided. And if they had a link or a paragraph, it'll be scraped. And so now you have this rich text checklist for your Office 365 compliance. You can make this a checklist for yourself or internally in your company. And then lastly, I wanted to show you one cool thing is, if you're familiar with PowerApps, PowerApps is one of Microsoft's cool power platforms. So you got PowerApps, Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agents, and they all work together pretty awesome. So just quick to show you what the PowerApps can do. So I have that data set that I just scraped, and on PowerApps you can launch an app based on a data source, such as an Excel table. And so here's the table that we created, and what PowerApps will do is, using AI, it'll build a default standard, pretty basic gallery to get us started in our app. So you'll see what that is just a few seconds here from now. Welcome to PowerApps Studios. Okay, skip. And what this did, it created a few screens for us. I created a browse screen so we can basically see all the items in our Excel list. However, it has a lot of repetitive things, so that's very simple. All I have to do is change what I want to show here. And all this is pulling information from the table itself, the column. So this is a column, this is a column, this is a column, and so pretty neat stuff. Then I have a detail screen, so if I click this one in particular, I can open it and see the category, basically all the details of the table. And here I can make these clickables. You can delete it from the table itself. If you click edit, it takes you to the edit screen, my third screen, and here we can edit the actual row we hit save, it'll update our actual Excel table in real life time. So again, browse for the item, you can see individual items and you can edit the individual items. And this is just a very basic app that AI made for us within PowerApps. And so you can see how quickly you can get started with a little app for your organizations to do things like this, or the possibilities are endless, really. So I think I'm getting off track, but anyways, I wanted to show you that. Pretty cool. You can try this if you have PowerApps free trial too. You can try this with any Excel document. It'll pull it up and make your little table just like that. And okay, I think I'm done with the video. If you liked it, if you find this tool useful and you think you could use this checklist in your internal company, go ahead and give me a like or a subscribe, whatever you like. Stay tuned for the next video. I look forward to that, and see you next time.